Hello, everybody. I am Venomous Pie. You guys know me
Interruption.
full well as the Pinkie Pie of the group, and welcome to another episode of Bronimaniacs Discuss. I have with me here today our Mod Pie, which is Little Looney.
I'm Pancake. Awake.
We have our Spike, which is Elite Yoshi. Who is currently unavailable. We have our Coco Pamel, which is Scapegoat.
Hey yo.
Our Trixie, which is David.
Hey everybody, have a good day.
Our Fluttershy, which is Violet.
Hey guys.
We have our Rarity, which is Jetta 1 Danielle.
Greetings, you primitive screwheads.
Twilight, which is Sharpwit.
Is it possible to get the cutie mark in rumbling?
That's a good question.
And we have our Sunset Shimmer, which is Crimson Starbright.
Sharpwit, remind me to borrow your gold next time.
Hey, it's possible to get your. It might be possible to get your kitty mark in the Thunder Lane.
Okay.
Real reason
That's
why.
a bowling alley. Get your man out of the gutter.
And yep, the episode we'll be talking about today is Bugs and Recreation. And from what I've seen across the fandom that I've witnessed, the overall reaction from the fandom is just eh. But let's see what we think about it. So up first shall be Looney, you're up.
Oh boy. Okay, first of all, this episode was boring as heck. Took me forever to find anything good to say about it. I'm getting to that. That said, I actually really like the idea of Cutie Mark Day Camp. I think it was just a natural progression for the Cutie Mark Crusaders.
Agreed.
I like how they decided to start helping other ponies to find their cutie marks for all the multiple activities they had to offer. It's really something the CMC themselves could have used while they were still on their quest to find their own cutie marks. I also like it because it opens up some good possible story potential for future episodes. I'm actually curious what other kind of ponies they'll help just because of their day camp. Even if it got a weak introduction, I'm very looking forward to future episodes that take place there.
I agree. And by the way, we get to name one thing we like about the episode in a random order, and then we'll be going in reverse order for what we don't like. Just want to point that out. So if you finish, Looney, who do you pass it off to?
Let's see, I'll pass it off to... I'll give it to Crimson.
Okay. Positive on the episode. Well, seeing the Cutie Mark Crusaders help out the other foals get their cutie marks, which is a kind thing to do.
Indeed.
At least one of them is helping out. Some were determined to get their cutie mark, which is really good. And there's also a good way to learn new things. Once you learn your talent, it doesn't mean you're going to stick with that same talent for the rest of your life.
Yep.
And also, never give up on what you believe is right, and just strive towards your goal to see how it goes.
Indeed.
Because if you quit, then that'll be an Academy record.
Well, that's it on my part. I'm going to pass it off to my brother Daniel.
Thank ya. Well, let's see. I guess the only good thing about this episode was probably just Thunder Lane, like getting some development from him and everything. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I do
Because
like.
come to think of it, we haven't really seen much of Thunderlane in quite a while.
No, we haven't. I mean,
I was,
he did have some background cameos in season 5.
yeah, but like we haven't really gotten much from him since then, and yeah, just glad to see him get some development.
Yeah, I agree.
Wasn't
So
this
yeah,
his first speaking role?
Yes.
yeah,
No, I think his first speaking role was in Hurricane Fluttershy.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
back when he had the feather flu.
Oh yes, I forgot about that.
Do you have anything else to say, Daniel?
Not that I can think of. That was my only positive. So yeah.
Okay. Who do you pass it off to?
Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, Violet.
Why am I not surprised?
I
Okay,
don't
the one. Okay, the one thing I like about this episode, I have to say, um, I have to say the CNC.
Thank you.
First of all, they actually expand what they are doing, which is a really big plus, and I will get to a little something later. Anyway, I like the fact that the CMC are continuing to develop with following their talent. So them actually setting up that camp so that they can help more than one blank flank at the same time. And the fact that they even let that little filly kettle corner continue going to the camp even after she got her cutie mark on day 1.
Yeah.
Just because you got a cutie mark doesn't mean that they can't help you.
Exactly. Yeah, I really like that. That was a nice moment.
Yep. But definitely Sweetie Belle's the big highlight.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, there was this one scene when I first watched the episode, both Sweetie and I were in perfect sync. You just haiku right there!
You know, when Sweetie Belle was doing that in one scene, I just remember thinking her saying, "I'm completely calm."
Yeah, by definition of that, you're not even just freaked out like your sister.
That was my favorite part.
It runs in the family.
Yeah, it does run in the family.
Indeed. Yeah, but like Violet said, when Capricorn had her cutie mark, she wanted to learn new things.
Exactly. And nothing should be stopping her. You got anything else to say about it?
Now, and let's see, who do I pass it off to?
Either
I'll pass it off to you, Vin.
to me? Okay. Let's see. What do I like about the episode? I'm gonna be honest here. There's not very much things to like about the episode for me. But if I have to, if I had to pick one thing I do like, um, it did have a very nice ending. I thought the ending was very nicely done. It presented a good message. It's a good closure for Rumble and Thunderlane. So I do wish that Rumble would have gotten a Kiyama for cooking, just for the heck of it.
Yeah, that would have made the ending a little bit better.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But for what it is, it's still a pretty nice ending, and it did provide some good closure, despite some problems, which we'll get to in a bit. So, with that said, I'll pass it off to, let's see. Shufford, how about you go?
Thanks, because every positive was already taken.
What?
Well,
That's a bummer. I don't know. What's could be said positive about this episode? It's not as bad as On Your Marks, I guess.
I kind of liked On Your Marks, actually.
How about it's not as bad as Honest Apple?
Yeah, it's better
That's
than
not the CMC episode. I compared this to more to CMC episodes.
Oh,
Yeah, fair enough.
Unless I would take the actual part of the episode that the callback to the Camp Friendship that Applejack was on which she met Rara.
Yeah, that was a good callback.
Although I find it interesting that the owners of the camp just allowed them to use it. Okay, I don't know. I've seen Stranger Things on this show.
well, maybe Applejack pulled some strings for them,
Maybe.
I accept.
or maybe Raw could have.
I think Applejack would be a lot more plausible.
Anyway, that's like I say. Like I said, not much positive. So I think Scapegoat is left
Yeah.
along with David.
Scapegoat, David, and Yoshi are left.
Yeah, you go Scapegoat. Since I've mentioned already you.
Okay, one thing that I found really funny was, when watching the song, I saw, hey, wait a second, she had a cutie mark, now it's this funny off-color yellow.
Yeah.
Over. I thought that was pretty funny.
it kind of was, in hindsight.
Behold, a cue mark that smells like mustard. or paint, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
did
goodness.
like the part with Sweetie Belle getting vengeful.
Mhm.
That was already done.
It runs in the family, like Violet said.
Nice.
So that's all I have to really say.
Also, Pipsqueak sounded like he was going through some voice changes.
Yeah, I did
It
notice
sounds like
that.
he's going through puberty.
his voice sounded a lot deeper. I thought I was the only one that noticed.
Yeah,
They're growing so fast.
I noticed that too, and I'm like, in the back of my mind, or a certain other me saying that he may have went through puberty.
That's possible. So,
So who's left?
David and Yoshi.
I guess I'll go with David.
Okay. Wow. Like everybody said, this was a very hard episode to pick out a positive because of the theme. But I'm gonna have to go with the activities because when you think of camp, you think of archery and stuff, and I'm glad that they included the horseshoe toss.
Yeah, me too.
But it wouldn't be My Little Pony without the horseshoe toss.
Or the horseshoes in general.
Or the horseshoes in general, yes. So I thought that was a nice add-on.
Horseshoe tossing. A trademark for MLP since Ball with the Friends. Come to think of it, that's the last time I ever saw some extensive activities like this.
Mm-hmm.
And no, of course
everybody seems to talk about what the characters do on a normal basis, like jobs and stuff. We should talk about what they do for activities.
Exactly.
What they do on their off time. Like, what does Twilight do when she's not doing princess stuff?
Reading books.
She cooks and she reads magic books.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And
So,
possessing music boxes.
and yeah,
Which is way beyond me on how she was actually able to try out that spell.
Yeah.
I
And
want
saving every pony's flanks.
oh, God. I
Possessing
want to see that
music
spell from
boxes.
the other side.
Hmm.
Possessing music boxes. Doesn't that count as stalking?
Well, maybe that means that someone's been learning from Twilight on how to be a professional stalker.
Okay, well,
Well
but yeah, that's my positive. So I guess that's for me. Yeah.
then. Alright, Yoshi is the only one left, so go right ahead if you're here.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. Much like with a lot of people here, I thought that on my first viewing of the episode, it was very boring. But actually, I watched it a second time, and it's actually a lot better than it's a lot better on the second viewing.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, be honest. How many of you only watched the episode once before giving your thoughts?
I did twice and I still think it's boring.
I
I watched it one time.
I gave it
Twice.
2 viewings. Still find it boring.
I actually watched it 3 times.
Okay, that was not the reaction I was getting. I was picturing in my mind, but okay.
Yoshi, I was
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
like
Bob.
you, okay?
Well, yeah, but if I have
First
to
part
give,
was boring,
if I
but
have
the
to
second
give the one positive for this episode, it probably was the song. I don't know why, but I'm just like a huge fan of those, those freeform style jazzy songs that was sang by Rumble, and
Mhm.
I gotta say, isn't
AKA Vincent Hong.
yeah,
Isn't
I gotta
Vincent Hong the
admit, he
voice
has a
actor?
pretty good. That's actually his first time singing, and I gotta say, he did a pretty good job.
Yeah, he did.
Technically, Vincent Tong already as a Featherbanks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
he did.
Featherbank
Really,
was
that
voiced by
didn't
Vincent
sound like
Tong,
that
too.
didn't sound like him though.
He's good at disguising his voice when he sings.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Besides, the right modulation, the little audio editing, and you can just say it's not Vincent Tong, even though it is Vincent Tong.
Yeah, they probably
Yeah.
auto-tuned it to make him sound a little bit more like a kid. So that's possible.
Hmm.
Anyways, you were saying, Yoshi?
Yeah. Also, as a side note, I have to say some of the designs, for those for the other campers, they were absolutely adorable.
Oh, yes. I agree.
Yeah, that's one other thing I'd like to say though. The designs are absolutely adorable.
Yeah.
Kiddo was actually a pretty cute pony.
Yeah. What was the name of the filly that kept on drawing the circles?
I just said it, Kiddo Corn.
Yeah, kettle corn.
Catacorn. Okay. Yeah, she was very
I'm calling this right now. This pony is the pony Sona of Zero from Borderlands.
Oh yeah, because he speaks in haiku.
Yeah.
See? Yoshi got it.
Yeah, I play Borderlands.
I have as well.
That's the point.
I
Yeah.
played 1, 2, pre-sequel, and Tales from the Borderlands.
Same.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess now we'll move on to the negatives.
Oh boy.
There will be a lot to talk about.
Oh boy.
Well,
Well, seeing as how I went last, I guess I go first this time.
Yep.
Okay, if there is one thing, although I will admit that this episode my thoughts on the episode improved on the second viewing, I have to admit there is one problem that did stay constant throughout my viewings. And I think Venom knows what it is because he highlighted it as one of his problems with the episode.
And which one was that?
The pacing.
Oh,
The
yeah.
pacing was slow.
Especially for such an interesting idea as this. You kind of expect it to be a little more faster paced.
Yeah, I mean, it just felt too slow. Like, not like slow like where they started padding it like in Applejack's Day Off, but Still kind of slow for the episode, in my opinion.
Yeah, it felt longer than 22 minutes.
And I suppose that's one of the reasons why everyone thought the episode was boring.
This episode is is paced as slow as a typical Western movie.
Ugh. Don't go there with me. I hate westerns.
Leave Western.
Don't go there with. Don't go with me. Don't go there with me. I like Bonanza and High Chaparral.
I said typical.
Yeah, there's a
Blazing
lot of good
Saddles,
Westerns.
you gotta watch it.
Oh, I've seen
John
it.
Wayne movies.
The bad and the ugly.
I've seen Blazing Saddles. It's super funny.
What if I get a cutie market being bored?
If that was the case, we'd all have cutie mugs by now.
I'm surprised Rumble didn't get his cutie mark rumbling.
If you get a cutie mark at being bored, then that means you're a politician.
Oh!
Ooh, that was...
Whoa.
Shots fired.
And I don't care.
Oh, just like
So
how
you mean-
Rumble's.
So you mean to tell me that Mayor Mayor's bored?
Kevad, say
She's
something,
not
please.
making any rules.
What was he trying to do?
Hey, that was a sharp burn, Daniel. Just like how Rumble burned the apple bloom in the episode.
Yep.
Yeah, he really did.
He wanted to make blank flanks great again.
Well,
Oh,
No, we're not going there.
for what's it called?
I don't give a crap.
I want to talk about Mayor to it. In one of those episodes, she seems so bored that she was sad no one ever tells her gossip.
We rarely got to see Mayor Frank.
Yeah, I know. What's up with that?
Well, she got a little development during one of the best episodes ever.
Yeah, but that was it.
It's better than nothing.
True.
And the best part is, we got to see how younger.
I think we're getting a lot off topic here.
Yeah, back on. Sorry.
Back to Hot Topic.
Pretty easy to get off topic with this episode.
So, anything else you gotta say, Yoshi? Anything else?
I think that's all.
I'm starting to believe that's it. So, I'll just pass it off to David.
Okay, my negative for this episode. Okay, I know Rumble had a good ending for this episode, okay? But at the beginning, don't take this the wrong way, but he was a jerk.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am inclined to agree.
I mean, come on. I mean, that song about the cutie marks, turning them against the cutie mark crusaders after they worked so hard to get that friendship camp going.
As a matter of fact, that was one of our favorite CMCs. Like, okay, now you're just crossing the line there.
Like, I'm stealing your campers. Boo hoo hoo.
Season 5,
Like, come on.
Season 5 Starlight Lemon would be proud.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's also funny?
I kept thinking of Starlight all throughout this episode.
You know why I thought it started like Limmer? When I saw
Why?
the flower? Because you know why? There's an
Why?
equal sign on it.
Oh,
Yeah, on the flower there was an equal sign on it.
yeah, I caught that.
Yeah, that was coincidental.
Yeah. I was expecting Starlight to come around the corner or something.
I was expecting Starlight to come across the corner and just does a face move.
Too bad Starlight didn't get involved. That would have been pretty funny.
It would have made this episode better.
Way better.
But yeah, basically Rumble, I'm sorry, but you know, that's not good character showmanship.
Oh.
You know, why would you do that, you know, Rumble? I mean, come on. You're
No.
better than
It
that.
wasn't just the beginning attitude. It was the begin. It was the whole episode attitude. Expect maybe the ending.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
Yeah.
my turn's done.
Alright, Scapegoat.
Okay. Let's see. one negative to it. I'd say my negative was, I felt that when Rumble wasn't even trying, it was kind of obvious, yet the Crusaders couldn't see through it for some reason.
Yeah, it was obvious that he was doing it on purpose. But to be fair, they were still kids.
Well, Venom, you're not wrong about that one.
Well, still, sometimes they tend to act more mature than the actual adults. I'm looking at you, Cards Before the Ponies.
I'm looking at you, Appaloosa's Most Wanted. But that's
actually, that's a better example.
But that is a fair point.
Yeah.
But yeah, as a kid, you won't notice everything that you see until you get older.
Yeah, that's also the fair point.
Sort of, but some kids, they seem like they're more intellectual than the normal kids their age too, though.
I guess it depends on what you prefer.
I don't know, I just felt like maybe they could have just felt like it was too obvious that he was faking it.
Yeah.
That maybe they could have did something to make it a little less obvious that he was doing it instead of just flat out Rumble's doing this.
I don't know. I don't know if it's because how he was animated or because of the voice actor. But, or it could be both actually. But it was pretty obvious that he was faking it.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe my negative is Rumble was a bit too transparent of his intentions quickly.
Sharpwit?
My turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
Let's think, because I'm torn between the big flaw and the major flaw.
Define big and major.
Just
both mean
what
the
to
same
see.
thing.
And you know what? I save the major flaw as the side flaw on the for the later at the moment. Right now, when I go with the actual flaw, which is actually legit, the attitude of all the campers, of how they are, where at the beginning they were, oh, we will get our cutie marks. Then steps the Rumble. No, we don't want our cutie marks. Then there goes Thunderlane. Oh, we will get our cutie marks. And all of that, just like that.
Yeah, I will admit, the transitions just went way too fast.
Way too fast. I'm sorry, but we are complaining about the what was called daring done and attitude of those ponies. At least they had the reason to immediately switch sides, because when you would learn that someone was framing someone and stuff like that, I think most of us in situation like that in daring done would also immediately switch sides.
Fair point.
This time they had no actual reason to be that quick in switching sides.
Fair enough.
Oh, well, to be fair, it all started on the second day of the camp, which is after one of them got a cutie mark on the haiku writing, and she did say that the only she even said it right after she got a cutie mark. It was thanks to the unicorn cult that helped her with the haiku that she even got that cutie mark to begin with.
I saw him blushing when she said that.
I ship it.
Let the shipping begin.
Indeed.
Well, for many years this is enough to ship two ponies.
On the second day, both of them even expressed their concern. I mean, she even said herself that she likes to draw circles, but she got a cutie mark on haiku writing, which is what the cult actually liked.
Yeah.
Well, but there is
That's when the
also
concern
another.
starts to kick in, and the CMC were trying to calm them down about it.
And then Rumble,
Okay, so but this is
and then
but
Rumble
this
took
is the
Sorry. I was just gonna say that, and then Rumble took his opportunity.
yeah, but this is also another thing about the attitude. They pretty much by themselves they admit they like the haiku pony. She said she has the cutie mark in haiku, but she also still likes drawing circles, and yet she bought this whole bullcrap Rumble was selling them that if she got the cutie mark in haiku, she will be stuck in the haikuing forever, even though she also likes to draw circles.
Yeah, even though she clearly illustrated herself, that's not the case.
Well, to be fair, she just got her cutie mark, so it's natural for her to get confused.
And to be fair, Rumble, as jocose as he was, he kinda does have a good points. It's a question that we've all been asking for years now.
Actually, besides, you know what? This is not the negative, but as a side note, this episode is actually reminding me of the fan comic slash novel because that's the mix that's the mix of two things. There's this story, A Dash of Peppermint on DeviantArt, which tackling the same topic but the other way around. That there is a filly who got his cutie mark in baking, but wants to do other stuff. Yet her parents are constantly bombarding her. Oh shit! I missed the word. Oh, bombarding her efforts, saying, "You got the cutie mark in baking. You can only do baking."
Hmm.
It's interesting that this story actually tackling the same concept, but the other way around, of sticking with the one activity the whole life when you get your cutie mark.
Like I said, this is an interesting idea.
Yeah, and if someone would be interested in checking the story, I'll give the link to Venom, and for those who are actually, because hold on if I can. Anyway, and that'll be all of my negatives. I'll try to look for this link and give it to Venom to link it here and in the description of the video for those who are watching on YouTube.
Alright, sure. So, if that'll be all, I guess I'm up.
Yeah, they're all.
Alright, I'm up. Okay. Negatives for the episode. As much as I like the ending for the episode, I would have preferred if we got more details on Thunderlane's side of the story. Like, Thunderlane saying that Rumble has acted this way before, but yeah, we didn't really get enough answers to why that is. Like, maybe give a flashback to, a past experience between the two brothers. Maybe they had a bit of a fallout for a little while, and that's what caused Rumble to have that attitude. I mean, no, we could have had some explanation of why Rumble was acting the way he was, and if it's more of a tragic light, like they tried to do with Starlight, but even though that failed, at least the attempt was there. It would have made Rumble a little more sympathetic.
That's a good point.
Like, maybe we could have shown a little bit more detail on Thunderlane's side of the story. Because like I said, he did say that Rumble acted this way before. But we didn't understand why that is.
Maybe they knew they if that happened, then there'd be a Vincent Tong character that's sympathetic, and they didn't want that. They wanted him to continue to have hated characters.
I doubt it.
I'm pretty certain that's not the reason.
I know. I was just kidding.
Yeah, we know.
We know.
Hey.
So yeah, I mean, if we got more detail on Thunderlane's side of the story, it would have made the episode a little more interesting, and give us a little bit more knowledge about how key marks work. Cutie marks, the analysis community's biggest enemy.
I think what we need is a standalone episode just based on the ideal of cutie marks and their history.
So that's all I'm gonna say. Violet?
Let me think.
2 hours later.
3 hours later.
No, I won't go there.
Would you move it along? Come on, out of time,
No.
college.
Okay, go ahead,
Okay,
Violet.
there is one thing. There is one thing I have to say, and it kind of connects with Vance.
Oh, that would be.
Thunderlane become a Wonderbolt.
Thank you. Someone else noticed that.
Yeah,
He looks snazzy in his costume.
I couldn't help think that way too. Like, when? Okay, so Thunderlane's a Wonderbolt. When did that happen? He wasn't,
Exactly.
he wasn't,
It was exactly.
he wasn't there during the Equestrian Games trials. He wasn't even there when Rainbow Dash became a Wonderbolt. He wasn't even there when Vapor Trail and Sky City became reserves. I mean, when did the actual heck did that happen?
What was he doing all that time?
I have no idea. On the plus side, we actually got a Wonderbolt that's actually likable.
Well, that's one plus for this episode.
Go on, Violet.
Oh, Storm's likable.
Boy. Anyway, yeah. I mean, seriously. Okay, I can understand why Thunderlane wasn't there for some of those events, because for one thing, the one with Investigate, it was supposed to only be a Wonderbolts one, and they did say that they were waiting for a spot to open to include Rainbow Dash being number 1, and we did see from Wonderbolts Academy, Thunderlane was there, so he could potentially be a reserve along with Rainbow.
And
Come on! Okay, like, come on. That's the only time it's understandable why Thunderlane would not be there, but as a Wonderbolt. But okay, I can agree for the others as well. Come on.
Yeah, that is a bit problematic. Yep. Like, okay, how can we escalate the conflict with Rumble? Make him a brother, a Wonderbolt, and somewhat more distant. Okay, there we go. Plot convenience. That's basically what it comes down to. It comes down to plot convenience.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything else to say about it?
No.
One more thing, Violet. I apologize if I stole your thunder. And yes, that pun was intentional.
Yeah, I heard.
I was just waiting for somebody to go like, Thunder, Lane.
So, Daniel?
Well, there's a storm a rumbling. Well, I'll be honest. When I saw the trailer for the episode, I actually thought that Rumble was gonna be basically, well, he kind of was, a bully, and that we would probably get Diamond Tiara in the episode, and have her help the CMC deal with the bully.
Yeah,
You know, have her come around more full circle in a way.
That would have been nice.
Yeah, that was definitely wasted potential there.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's what kind of disappointed me about the episode, really.
But maybe there's a lesson to be learned here. That maybe our expectations for this episode were too high.
I was really expecting something better when I went into it yesterday.
Yeah.
So maybe we can learn something from this.
Yeah, don't expect very good episodes.
Or
keep your expectations low, and then that way you'll get surprised.
Pretty much, yeah.
But try not to keep them too low.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There, Hasbro, I just solved you a problem. Now where's my fucking paycheck?
It's in the mail.
It's coming.
Alright.
Anything else,
Yeah.
Daniel?
Nope.
Alright, Crimson?
Huh?
Well, let's see what I thought here. Well, for one, I am going to slam a thunder on this negative right here. Yes, pun intended. Okay, first of all, Thunder Lane. Why didn't you warn the CMC about your brother if that was gonna happen? Like, an explanation would have been nice, or a warning.
Well, Thunderlane did say that he put Rumble into camps just so they can expand on things to do.
Well, they weren't expecting him to take over the camp because of the certain something when he was just spouting out nonsense.
Even his brother was caught off guard by that.
I mean, would you ever see that coming? If you were in Thunderlane's position, would you see it coming?
Didn't he say, though, he had done that before? That he expected that?
Not take over the camp, no.
I meant that he had problems with cutie marks.
Yeah, but it was actually explained that the reason why Rumble was a fearful cutie mark is because he doesn't want to get a cutie mark of something that he didn't like to do, even if he preferred to do something else. And he's afraid that he's going to be stuck doing what he doesn't like. Which in Rumble's case, he wanted a cutie mark that had to do with flying.
Well, I understand Rumble's determination when it comes to flying, but flying's not just everything. I mean, think about it. Every certain Pegasus Pony's talents does resolve in flying. Rainbow Dash. And she was able to become a Wonderbolt. Not just trying to prove, she just wanted to see what she can do. If she didn't find out what her cutie mark was, she would have to done something a bit normal or something different.
That's true.
So, in a way, here's something I want to say, and I'm talking to you, Hasbro. Rumble needs to stop acting like a little child and act like he's older for once. Because he acts like he thinks he knows everything. You're not a Twilight, so stop it.
But he is a child.
Exactly.
Well,
he is a child.
But you do know where
Spoiled
I'm
old child, if you ask me.
But yeah, that's all I have for my negative and a rant. Sorry for taking every pony's time for that one.
That's alright. Looney?
Not gonna lie, but I wasn't really a big fan of Rumble. When I first went to this episode, I was highly intrigued by the concept of a pony who didn't want his cutie mark. But in the end, I felt like they focused too much on the concept rather than the character.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more.
I mean, seriously, he felt entirely flat all the way through. He didn't feel like he had much of a characterization at all. Just being a bully for the sake of being a bully.
But this is not
Kind of like Bronimaniacs in the days.
And I mean, like, geez, we've had those kind of characters before. It's getting annoying by this point.
Okay, this actually does bring up an ultimate question. Ever since the CMC got their cutie marks, I was proud of them having the cutie marks, but at the same time, I was a little scared. And this confirms this question. After Crusaders of the Lost Mark, did the CMC have any more purpose?
Fault in our key marks.
That's one.
Well, they are helping out other ponies, but if they didn't get their cutie marks, then they would have been looking for theirs to see what their talent was first before doing all that extra stuff.
I did mean when the episode was focused on them.
Yeah.
Like, would it make more sense if they were focused individually? Like what Onibox kind of tried to do? He was being kind of. I mean, Onibox did kind of try to focus on Apple Bloom's dilemma. But the problem is, it didn't become apparent until the second act.
Frankly, I think that we never got actually the episode that was fully focused on only one Crusader.
Exactly my point. Like, I kind of want an episode focused on each of them individually. I mean, they can't be connected to a group forever.
Yeah, like you know how Apple Blue mentioned, no, it was Sweetie Belle, sorry, that they should go in different do things on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. That didn't all On Your Marks, as much as bad as it was, actually tackle the topic of they don't have to do everything together, and yet 2 seasons later they are still doing things together. Okay, I guess they are still busy with the whole cutie mark business, which you need all three of them for that. But still.
Yeah.
Every single Cutie Mark series episode since then has had them all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. I mean, we like them as a group, but you know, it wouldn't be bad if we had them separate.
They've shown on their own before. I don't see why they still can't do that.
Well, yeah, I said it once before, and I'll say it again. As much as I'm proud of each of them for getting their key marks, I really do wish that they would get them one by one instead of at the same time.
Maybe that was exactly why also Silverquill wanted them to have the separate cutie marks not connected to each other. Exactly because of that, because having the same cutie mark actually means they will have to be bonded together forever, and every episode they have to be together.
Even Rumble kind of pointed it out.
Well, obviously, why? Has he been in Starlight's Village before?
I wouldn't say so.
I'm talking about because the whole equal cutie marks thing.
Double.
Same cutie mark. Basically.
Every time we won a tirade against Cutie Marks, I kept thinking of Starlight Glimmer.
I think that was more coincidental than anything.
Yeah.
And the story was done way better with Starlight.
But anyways, now we got that out of the way, let's get to our ratings for the episode. So, Looney, what would you give it?
2.5 out of 5. This one was just way too boring for my tastes. And not to mention that Rumble didn't really feel very developed. He just kept talking about how Cutie Marks was stringing every pony instead of actually feeling like an actual character.
More of a tool for the plot than anything. Gee, kind of like how Diamond Tiara was.
Oh, great. I think you just inspired a new ship.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Rumble Tiara.
Oh, that would end so badly.
Crimson?
2.5 out of 5 because there really wasn't much. Just kept going about Q marks this, Q marks that, and searching for talents. And to top it all off, saying, do you want to stick with the same talent that you have for the rest of your life, which was kind of idiotic and stupid.
But a legit concern.
Even though the Crusaders stated that this is not the case, but they needed the other pony to say that.
But still, you can learn anything else, even if you got your key to mark. Like that's not everything. In our point of view of how we do things, if we develop the talent that we're good at, that doesn't mean we stick with that one talent. We can learn many things.
Indeed. True that. Daniel?
I give it a 2 out of 5.
Why do I get the feeling I know that our group rating is going to be very, very low?
I got a good feeling too, but we'll see. Violet?
Honestly, like Yoshi, I actually liked the episode a little bit more after second viewing, but not enough for it to be really high. So 3 out of 5.
Interesting.
I feel this is gonna be the highest note we will get to this episode.
We'll see.
I doubt we'll get any 4-star ratings higher.
Well, only one way to find out is if we advance ahead. So I guess I'll go. I'm gonna say, I will admit, I did watch the episode 3 times, and it did get a little bit better since my first viewing, but not that much. I mean, the first part of the episode was kind of boring. Rumble was a bit of a jerk, even though he did have some legit points.
But he was still a jerk.
Exactly. The ending was nice, but it could have been more, and I also feel like it was wasted potential for other characters to get development.
Why haven't we seen Diamond Joe and Silver Spoon since season 5 anyway?
Well, we did see Diamond Tiara, just not as much.
Yeah.
As a cameo.
Yeah, only as background cameo.
I meant a main role.
Yeah.
Give it time.
Yeah.
But yeah, and even though it's only been 2 episodes, I'm just gonna say it's a front. Mei-chan, I know you're a good writer. I mean, you wrote for Avatar: The Last Airbender, for crying out loud. I don't think MLP is her forte, because it's a different style than what she's used to. Because Mei-chan really wrote for like fantastic world building series that has a long-lasting story. Like I said, Avatar: The Last Airbender. MLP is a different show entirely. I mean, sure, we get some world building here and there, some adventure stories, but the good bulk of it is the slice of life tale. And honestly, I don't think that's Mei-chan's strong points. So I'll give this episode a 3 out of 5. I mean,
Makes some fair points there, Venom.
I mean, Mei-chan is a good writer. It's just slice of life stories aren't exactly her forte. But that's just me. So, Shufflet?
You know, I will say this right now. This episode is not as bad as On Your Marks was back in the season 6. But I still say this is the candidate for being the one of the 5 weakest episodes of this season, as if right now. Also, Rambo, okay, you had some legit points, but you can serve them being a jerk, or you can serve them actually the more constructive way.
Insert the song "You're a Jerk."
Also, the episode was boring. 2.5 out of 5. Thank you. Bye.
My drop.
Nice beep effect.
Yeah.
That was an epic way to end your sentence.
I should end this during the Honest Apple review, like this.
Yeah, you did.
Oh wait, I forgot about the major flaw in this episode.
And what's that?
That being?
This was supposed to be a training for some Wonderbolt performance in this Ponyville. Where the heck was Rainbow Dash?
Oh, also another thing, guys.
What?
You know they talked about doing the Cutie Mark camp back in earlier this season. Fame and Misfortune.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Foreshadowing?
Yeah, foreshadowing.
Yet they completely forgot about it during the episode. They forgot they already talked about it.
I think that's the issue with the show written by different writers.
It's an issue with the show in general. I mean, it's not really the strongest source of continuity.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do make a few continuity errors here and there.
It has more continuity problems than Legend of Zelda.
Oh,
I understood it,
leave
friend.
Legend of Zelda out of this.
And probably almost as much continuity problems as pretty much any anime out there.
Well, for Legend
But
of Zelda,
it doesn't have as many continuity problems as SpongeBob does. Thank goodness.
SpongeBob doesn't have continuity.
Yeah, good point. But anyways, Scapegoat.
I'll give it a 3.5.
Ooh.
The song was kind of catchy.
Yeah, I thought the song was just okay. But again, that's just me.
I just kind of like the jazzy vibe to it.
Mhm.
I need a glass of water, if you please.
First press hanky, if I please.
David?
My rating for this episode was pretty low. Sorry.
And what will it be?
2 out of 5.
Ooh. Okay.
That's not the only one that had it. You're not the only one who had a 2 out of 5 rating.
Nope.
I just couldn't really grasp onto this episode. Yeah, it had its moments, but I just couldn't get myself into the feeling of it.
Alright, Yoshi?
Alright, so, final thoughts? Honestly, even though my original rating was going to be a 2 out of 5 for this episode, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Violet on this one. For me, it's a pretty. I have to say that as a CMC episode on its own, following the Crusaders of the Lost Mark era, this is probably the second best one that we've gotten. Although to be honest, considering the quality of the episodes we've gotten prior to that episode, that's not really saying much.
Yeah.
I mean, the only good one out of all of them was The Fault in Our Cutie Marks. That was it.
Yeah.
Everything else has either been meh or everything has either been mediocre or bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which brought me to that question.
It's an episode that's got a lot of interesting ideas, but it doesn't really know how to utilize them. The whole fact with, the cutie marks, like, oh, if you have to do this for the rest of your life. Yeah, that idea doesn't really go anywhere because it just gets sidetracked because then we start focusing on Apple Bloom, Sweetie Belle, and Scootaloo trying to convince Rumble that he should partake in the activities. And yeah, I will admit that Rumble was another issue for me. I mean, I don't hate him as much as, like, other people because I guess, like, because I know, like, when you made the comparison to Bab Seed and One Bad Apple, I don't think it's not with the whole, with him acting like the jerk and, then, like, how, like, an older figure says something that kind of tries to make him feel sympathetic towards the audience. I don't think it's as bad as it was in, One Bad Apple. So she became a bully to avoid being a bully. So, yeah, that doesn't excuse her behavior.
No, it doesn't. And I'm angry that she didn't get her just desserts for that.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm not a fan of that episode either. So,
I don't think
but
any
anyway,
of us are.
the best.
My hatred for it's more personal.
Yeah. Well, either way, I think the best way to describe this episode is wasted potential.
Yeah.
It had a lot of great ideas that it could have utilized, but unfortunately it didn't. And honestly, for the writer, I think this might have just been one of his off days. I mean, yeah, I am aware he wrote for Avatar, and I get the transition from Avatar to MLP is a huge change, but still.
Yeah, there's no soccer.
I'm not gonna hold this episode against him.
No.
So, in the end, it's an okay episode, but I would definitely highlight it as one of the weaker episodes of the season.
Same here.
Not Honest Apple bad, but it's on the margin between being average and slightly above average for me.
There's two other episodes.
It's a
This-
6 out of 10 or a 3 out of 5 in your case.
Alright.
And there's 2
Called
other
it.
episodes this season that are way worse anyway.
Yeah, there were plenty of episodes that were worse than this one.
I'm looking at you, Honest Apple, and I'm also looking at you, Triple Threat.
Wait, what was the other one?
Triple threat.
Triple.
What?
Triple.
Triple threat.
Yeah.
Oh, Triple Threat. Okay.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I think
Yeah,
Triple
I'm
Threat
kinda
had
skeptical.
its issues, but was it actually that bad?
Turn done.
Okay,
Okay, I'll
on
give you
that
that
one,
one.
I can go along with that one.
So, anyways, I did the math, and the overall rating for Marks and Recreation is a 2.5 2.5 out of 5.
Called it.
Ooh, that's low.
Called it.
Wow.
Big time.
If I remember correctly, alongside Honest Apple, this is probably the lowest rated episode of the season. Yeah, Honest Apple was rated lower than this, but the point still stands.
Hey, don't blame us for all this. We're just saying our honest opinion.
What was the rating on Honest Apple?
2.
Yeesh.
Still pretty high for this episode.
So this is the second worst episode of the season.
Yeah, second worst. But as a group rating, I mean, we all have our own opinions on each of those episodes, good or bad. It's just doing the math, it's just doing the group rating thing. It doesn't reflect each of our final thoughts. It's just an average perception. I really don't know how to word this better.
No, I think that was worded fine.
By the way, Venom, I've linked in the pic chat the beginning of the comic I've mentioned.
Thank you very much. And thank you all for watching this podcast. Tune in next week where we tackle Once Upon a Zeppelin. A truly special episode for some people for various reasons.
Once upon a what?
Zeppelin.
Once Upon a Zeppelin.
So until then, we'll see you all next time. And please, for goodness sakes, don't give too many spoilers on the movie because not all of us are able to see it on opening weekend.
Oh yeah, this movie
Yeah.
comes out this weekend, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Do not spoil the movie.
German already have it.
I think I know a way I can end this.
How would that be?
If there's one thing that I've learned from this episode when it comes to Rumble, don't be a jerk. Be a Batman.
Dun, dun.
Batman.
I'm Batman.
So anyways, we'll see you all next time. Peace.
Later.
Take care, everybody.
Toodles.
On the other
See you next
side.
week.
May the horse be with you all.